7-year-old girl begged bikers to find her missing brother. 72 hours later, they did what cops couldn't. The rain fell in soft, steady sheets over the quiet town of Maple Ridge, turning dirt roads to mud and dimming the glow of streetlights into hazy halos. Inside a roadside diner called Maggie's, the air smelled of coffee, old vinyl, and warm pie. It was past midnight, and the place should have been empty, except for one tiny figure standing in the doorway, drenched and trembling. She was just 7 years old. Her name was Lily Carter. Her eyes, wide and red-rimmed from crying, scanned the room until they locked on to a group of men seated in the back booth. Leather jackets, beards, tattoos snaking up their arms. They were the Iron Souls, a local biker gang known more for their rumbling Harleys than acts of mercy. But Lily didn't see danger. She saw hope. "Please," she whispered, her voice cracking like thin ice. "My brother's gone. The police can't find him. Can you help me?" The room fell silent. Even the jukebox seemed to pause. Jack Bear Hudson, the group's leader, stood slowly, towering and gruff, with a scar across his cheek and eyes that had seen too much. He crouched to meet Lily at eye level. "What's your brother's name, sweetheart?" "Tommy. He's 10. He went looking for his dog yesterday morning and never came back." Bear exchanged a glance with his crew. No words were needed. In that moment, something shifted, not just in the diner, but in the fate of a missing boy. The clock began ticking. For the next 72 hours, the Iron Souls became an army of relentless searchers. While the police relied on procedure, the bikers relied on instinct, street smarts, and their deep roots in the community. They split into teams, riding through storm-soaked woods, abandoned farms, and forgotten backroads no cruiser dared enter. They knocked on doors others avoided, asked questions no official would think to ask. "Bear's got that look," one local muttered to another at a gas station. "Means he ain't stopping till it's done." Back at the diner, Lily refused to leave. She sat by the window, clutching Tommy's favorite baseball cap, watching each Harley roar out into the night and return with no news. The townspeople began to gather, not out of curiosity, but solidarity. They brought blankets, hot soup, and handwritten notes for Tommy. Strangers prayed together. Children drew pictures of Tommy coming home safe. Meanwhile, 30 miles east, in a derelict warehouse buried behind overgrown trees, Tommy shivered in the dark. He'd chased his dog Max into the woods after the animal bolted during a thunderstorm. Max had found his way home, but Tommy had gotten lost, then trapped when a rusted door slammed shut behind him. No phone, no food, just echoes and fear. On the third night, just before dawn, Bear's instincts led him off the main road, down a crumbling gravel path. Something about the angle of tire tracks, too small for a truck, too fresh for abandonment, caught his eye. He signaled his crew. Guns weren't drawn, but resolve was. Inside the warehouse, they found Tommy curled in a corner, weak but alive. Tommy's eyes lit up like stars. You came," he stammered. Bear knelt, his voice rough with emotion. "Your sister sent us." The drive back was slow, deliberate. Bear wrapped Tommy in his own jacket and held him steady on the back of his bike, as if carrying something infinitely precious. When they rolled into Maggie's at sunrise, the entire town was waiting. And then Lily saw him. She sprinted across the parking lot, barefoot, sobbing, and crashed into Tommy's arms. They held each other like the world had ended and begun again in that embrace. Their mother collapsed to her knees, weeping thanks to the sky. The local police chief, humbled and shaken, publicly thanked the Iron Souls. He admitted to reporters, "Sometimes heroes don't wear badges, they wear leather." In the days that followed, the story went viral, but the real magic happened quietly. There kept a drawing Lily gave him, a crayon sketch of 4 big bikers with angel wings surrounding Tommy and Lily under a rainbow. "My heroes," it read in wobbly letters. He had it framed and hung behind the counter at Maggie's, right next to the coffee machine. Because sometimes courage wears a different face. Sometimes kindness roars louder than engines, and sometimes all it takes is one small voice in the rain to remind us that no one is beyond redemption and no act of love is ever wasted. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Story Tales, because in a world that often feels cold, we believe in sharing stories that warm the soul, stories of courage, compassion, and the unexpected heroes among us. Thanks for watching.